A work of art has always been reproducible. Replicas have been made by pupils in practice of their craft, by masters for diffusing their works, and finally by third parties in the pursuit of gain. Mechanical reproduction of a work of art, however, represents something new. As an example of early replication of artifacts, we can take a look at the Greeks, who knew only two procedures of technically reproducing works of art: founding and stamping. Bronzes, terracottas, and coins were the only artworks which they could produce in quantity. All others were unique and could not be mechanically reproduced. Finally, with the woodcut, it became possible to mechanically reproduce graphic art. Later, this form of reproduction got overshadowed by print, the mechanical reproduction of writing. This process did not stop, and yet again lithography was surpassed by photography, which itself got surpassed by cinematic reproduction. If we consider the highest rate of reproduction and the lowest possible production costs as the basis of capitalism, we can see how the positive reproduction of photographs got replaced by negative reproduction. To an ever greater degree, the work of art reproduced becomes the work of art designed for reproducibility. From a photographic negative, for example, one can make any number of prints. To ask for the authentic print makes no sense. No matter how much one might be able to perfect the means of reproduction, there will always be one thing in any work of art that no one will be able to reproduce: its presence in time and space, its unique existence at the place where it happens to be. This unique existence of the work of art determined by the history to which it was subject throughout the time of its existence. This includes the changes which it may have suffered in physical condition over the years, as well as the various changes in its ownership. The traces of the first can be revealed only by chemical or physical analysis, which is impossible to perform on a reproduction. Changes of ownership are subject to a tradition which must be traced from the situation of the original. As every art collector knows, sometimes the high prices of certain paintings are the direct result of their ownership. With each painting comes a history, and it matters who had previously owned the painting. This also testifies to the authenticity of an art object. The authenticity of a thing is the essence of all that is transmissible from its beginning, ranging from its substantive duration to its testimony to the history which it has experienced. Since the historical testimony rests on the authenticity, the former too is jeopardized by reproduction when substantive duration ceases to matter. And what is really jeopardized when the historical testimony is affected is the authority of the object. We can get back to our example of art collecting. If we somehow negatively affect the historical testimony of a painting which we want to buy, its authority becomes jeopardized. Subsequently, its price will get reduced. At this point, Benjamin goes on to talk about aura. The uniqueness of a work of art is inseparable from its being embedded in the fabric of tradition. This tradition itself is thoroughly alive and extremely changeable. An ancient statue of Venus, for example, stood in a different traditional context with the Greeks, who made it an object of veneration, than with the clerics of the Middle Ages, who viewed it as an ominous idol. Both of them, however, were equally confronted with its uniqueness, that is, its aura. One might subsume the eliminated element in the term aura and go on to say, that which withers in the age of mechanical reproduction is the aura of the work of art. If changes in the medium of contemporary perception can be comprehended as decay of the aura, it is possible to show its social causes. With the advent of the ability to reproduce art by mechanical means, the works of the past lose their aura, that is, the halo that surrounds them and isolates them from the rest of existence.